Hello everybody, I'm on to talk to you today about resistance. I'll just wait and see if anybody's going to come on, just give it a couple of wee minutes, probably a bit late for the UK as per usual. If you're wondering what I'm drinking today, it is organic unsweetened cranberry juice mixed with water, and I will explain why in a minute. I have added my own sweetener, which is stevia. Stevia is not like sugar. Stevia is made from a plant, and it's very sweet, but it doesn't affect your blood sugar levels. So I'm putting it in there to sweeten it up, because I tell you, 500 mils of unsweetened cranberry water is like... Okay. The other thing I'd like to say is, if I look like I've dipped my face in glitter, it's only 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm not going out night clubbing. I've got this finishing spray that I put on after I've put on all my makeup, and it just kind of holds your makeup in place, and it's supposed to give you a little glow. Now, I've used this spray numerous times, and it's always just been perfect. Well, I just sprayed it on this brand new bottle this morning. Sprayed it on, went away, and I don't know, I think I put my clothes on or something. Came back, looked in the mirror. Honestly, I had just like blobs of silver all over my face. It was unbelievable. So I've been frantically trying to wipe it off, put more makeup over the top of it. So yeah, if I'm looking incredibly shiny, that's the reason why. Hello, who's on? I haven't actually started talking about... Laura. Hello, my darling. How are you today? Oh dear. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to start talking about resistance, and the reason why is because I have been overcoming my own resistance this week. So the reason why I'm drinking this cranberry juice water stuff is because I'm on a detox, and I'm on a detox with the Be Pure Clinic, and I've mentioned Be Pure before. They are the people that I get my supplements from, the ones that I always recommend to all my clients. So a very well respected natural health clinic in New Zealand. So my daughter's going through there at the moment, trying to clear up her skin, because she suffers from acne and acne scarring. So, you know, with that kind of thing, it's not just what you slather on top, it's what you're doing on the inside. So she's been put on a cleanse, a 2-week detox, and I said to her foolishly, I said, I'll do it with you. I'll keep you company. Oh my goodness. It's not terrible, I would have to say. It's not terrible. Now I'm on day 4 now. But what I think is terrible is what goes on in your mind, right? My mind was, I want my muesli for breakfast. I want my coffee. I can't have any coffee because I'm not allowed grains. I'm not allowed coffee. I'm not allowed sugar, salt, you know, nothing. No fat apart from flaxseed oil, which goes into smoothies, and, you know, you splash it all over your vegetables and everything. So it's very restrictive, and I'm not used to eating like this. I'm used to eating a very healthy diet, but basically eating whatever I want within, you know, the realms of healthy eating. So Monday I was feeling crap, you know. I couldn't think properly. I don't know whether it was just no coffee or what. I couldn't think properly. Literally, I had such terrible brain fog. I did one of my Bev's talks, and I feel it's going to be one of the worst ones that I did, because every time I thought of something to say next while Adamaris was talking, and I had a question for her, my brain was literally like sludge. I'd think of a question, and then within seconds, I'd forgotten it again. I had this headache across my head, the front of my forehead, and I just felt down, and I just felt miserable, and I thought, I can't do this. I can't do that. I don't want to do this. Why should I have to do this? You know? So all these things were creating, to a certain extent, my resistance to what I was doing, right? The next morning, I was so pissed off with the whole thing that I had a cup of coffee. Bad girl. But after that cup of coffee and talking to a friend on Skype, I thought, no, I've literally just got to accept this. I've got to change my mindset around this. So I just came to a place of acceptance, and I've just been getting on with it ever since. Now, since then, my daughter keeps coming in and saying to me, I want to eat pasta. I want to eat this. I want to eat that. And I said, look, just Accept it. This is what you're doing for 2 weeks. Remember your reason why that you're doing this, okay? So she's doing it to clear up her skin, right? It's going to help me, but I'm doing it to support her. And I know that if I don't do it, she's going to cave. So I have to, get over my resistance to doing it to help her. But what I said to her was just accept it, all right? But resistance comes up with everybody because we want to stay safe. Our subconscious wants to keep us safe, all right? And if you're going slightly outside of your comfort zone, your subconscious wants to protect you from that, danger, danger. So the kind of resistance that I've come across recently with other people is, for example, when I first set up my paid Facebook group, somebody messaged me or emailed me and said, it's in US dollars, not New Zealand dollars. And I said, yes, that's correct. What I do is global. And I'm charging in US dollars because there's people from all over the world that are signing up to this. And she said, well, that's kind of put me off. And I was like, okay, so $15 a month instead of 10 is traumatic. Okay, that's fine. That's your resistance. And that is resistance. It's nothing to do with the money. It's nothing to do with the fact that it was in US dollars, not New Zealand dollars. She was just getting, hello, Maureen. Nice to see you. It was your birthday the other day, wasn't it? Happy birthday. It wasn't about the money. She was resisting because it was unsafe for her. So also with, the paid Facebook group, I've had someone say that they don't trust PayPal. I've had another one who actually phoned me at home and said, I haven't got a PayPal account. And I said, well, it's very easy to set one up. If you're having any problems, let me know. I'll talk you through it. Well, she never did it. And that is just pure resistance because it's not hard to set up a PayPal account. There's nothing to distrust about a PayPal account, So they're literally throwing obstacles in their way and resisting. And we do this all the time. I lie in bed in the morning at 10 to 6 going, I'm warm, I'm cozy, I'm sleepy. I don't want to get out and go to the gym. That's resistance. All right? Other instances of resistance that I've seen recently. I had a woman make an appointment for a health strategy call with me because she wanted to work one-on-one. Wanted to meet me in a cafe locally, so I said, okay, I can do that, but I won't be having any beverages because I'm on this detox with the Be Pure Clinic. Well, she wrote back practically immediately and said, I don't want to work with you. If you've got anything to do with the Be Pure Clinic, then I don't want anything to do with you. Which is completely nonsensical. She will have her reasons for that, but it really makes no sense whatsoever. So she's throwing an obstacle in her way, once again, and having that resistance. What else? I think that was... Oh, yeah, and then another person phoned me up. And wanted to make an appointment to talk to me about one-on-one coaching. And I said, okay, fantastic. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Would you like me to phone you or would you like me to Skype you? Skype? And I said, yes, Skype. It's amazing. You can sit there in your living room. You don't have to come and visit me. Just sit there in your living room and talk to me from there. Oh, I don't know about Skype. Oh, I don't know. And I said, well, it's really very easy. We can talk about it, in our appointment. So set the appointment for the next day. 4 o'clock came around for me to phone her because she didn't want to Skype. And she had her phone switched off. And I messaged her, I texted her, and I said, I've just tried to phone you as arranged. Not a dicky bird. So her resistance, she'll have all the reasons under the sun for not using Skype, but there was something else going on for her. And it's that feeling of no matter how much you want to change and you want to, create a better life for yourself, you're going to have to go out of your comfort zone to do that. You're going to have to look at yourself a little bit more than you have been for the past 50 years. And she wasn't prepared to do that. But in her own mind, that's not her resisting. That's not an obstacle. That is a valid reason. I would call it an excuse. So I know that there's an awful lot of people in this group. There's over 300 people in this group. And I don't believe that every single one of you is not suffering in one way or another. Some of you are doing absolutely great. A lot of you aren't, right? So there's some people who have got through their resistance and gone over to the Be Your Best You training group. And they are doing so well because they've gone out of their comfort zone. And I know at least one person in there talked to me probably a year or so ago, maybe more than that, about one-on-one coaching, resisted that, okay, didn't want to do it, but still suffered for another year or more. Now she's in that group. Now she's learning stuff that I could have taught her over a year ago, and she's making the necessary changes to feel healthier, more energetic, and just changing her life. So what I would say to you is, what's your resistance for trying that group? If you in any way want to lose weight, are suffering from menopausal symptoms, all those kinds of things, why aren't you giving it a go? Why aren't you trying? Because it's there, it's available. I mean, I had a woman say to me last night, you've taught me more than my doctor could ever tell me. And they can make changes in their lifestyle because of that. So I would give it a go. You have got nothing to lose. And if you hate it, just cancel your payment. It's $20 a month. It's nothing. When you think, if you worked with me for 2 months, it's going to cost you well over $1,000. For 2 months, whereas you could get 2 months in there. Granted, you haven't got me on your back every week, but I'm still in there for live Q&As. I'm still answering questions. I'm in there supporting everybody the best that I can from a distance. $20 a month, so that's basically $40 over the space of 2 months instead of $1,300. So something to think about, because they're all making changes and they're doing really, really well in there. So I hope you'll join us. Anyway, lots of love, everybody. Have a great day. I shall take my disco ball face elsewhere and get on with some work. Not have coffee. Anyway, take care. Bye.